2022. I hope you're all doing great. I'm Rajaryan,
And I'm Zaman Patnaik.
and we'll be host for today's session. So for any doubts, you can just type in the chat or ask anyone, and anyone will be replying to this. So let's get started.
So, what is GDSC? Google Developer Student Club is a community of college and university students enthusiastic about Google Developer technologies. Students from all undergraduate or graduate streams can be a part of this club if and only if they're interested in growing as a developer. By joining a GDSC, students grow their pool of knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment and build solutions for local businesses and their community.
Okay, so what we do at GDSC? Well, we connect students interested in various developer technologies by learning together in a peer-to-peer environment and acquire new skills through hands-on workshops, events, talk shows, and much more. Moving on, as a society, our aim is to help students grow by helping them dive deep into the world of development and encourage them to learn and grow together.
GDSC IIIT Bhubaneswar has been lucky to have a faculty advisor under whose able guidance the community is thriving, Dr. Suraj Sharma. Dr. Sharma has done MTech and PhD from NIT Rourkela and is assistant professor in IIIT Bhubaneswar. He has published more than 60 research papers in reputed international journals and conferences. His field of interest include operating systems, IoT, cloud and edge computing, blockchain, cybersecurity, big data, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Next, meet our GDSC lead for the year, Neha Jha. Since she is among us, without much talking, I'll let her introduce herself. Over to you, Dee.
Hello everyone. So I'm
Hello,
Neha
Neha.
Jha, your hello Raj. And so I'm Neha Jha, your GDSC lead for the year 2021 to 2022. So how you guys are doing? Like enjoying online classes or missing college?
Yeah, I mean, we just came back from college and we're already missing the college.
Exactly.
Well, I was expecting us to meet offline and had thought of offline orientation session for you guys, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So let's try to interact as much as we can in this online mode. So we have also planned a lot of amazing sessions for you guys. So like in online mode. So just try to learn as much as you can. And first of all, thank you so much for joining today and showing so much interest in this club. It has taken a lot of time and effort to build this community in our college. So I just expect from you guys that you'll be active and try to learn as much as you can. Just explore all the fields, and if you need any of guidance from us, we are here to help you. Just post your queries in our Discord server, and we'll surely help you out with everything we can.
Oh, we're already seeing so much activity.
Yeah. So our vision and mission of GDSC, well, we are here to help you all with all the resources, mentorship that you need. We have tried to include all the fields in GDSC like Android, Flutter, Web, ML, Linux, and open source. And we also had a lot of sessions in past, and we'll have a lot of sessions in future for you guys. So, and we'll prepare you guys to think practically and how you can approach to real world problems. So, next slide, please. Okay, so what you can do, just try to be active in this community, learn new technologies and skills, participate in different competitions, make projects in teams, and get all the guidance from your seniors. Okay, now we have already talked a lot of perks of joining this club. Here are a few more. You can develop your real world problem skills by participating in community project. You'll learn how to contribute in open source. And last, there are a lot of swags that will give to the active members of GDSC.
Okay, so what are these sessions, by the way? So, talk shows by experts, hands-on workshops, code jam, challenges, hackathons, and much more to there. So let's have a look at some of the amazing sessions we had till now, shall we?
con los terroristas.
This music always
Okay.
gets me.
Yeah. Now that you know what GDS is all about, you might want to join us. For that, visit the link mentioned here, which will also be dropped in the chat section, and click on join. Kudos, you're now a part of GDS Triple ID Bhubaneswar. We at GDSC organize a lot of engaging events and activities, and to join them, you need to go to the GDSC Triple ID BH page, click on upcoming events, read the details, RSVP, and join the events at the mentioned date and time. We put in a lot of effort in organizing the sessions, so make sure you join them and make the most out of them.
Okay, so one thing you can keep in mind is we're a community-driven club. That is, almost everything that is done here is by the community and for the community. Being a part of this club will expose you to a vast group of people who have carved a niche for themselves in the fields they are working. While this is going to give you an enriching experience, we also expect you to play your part in contributing to the growth of the community. And of course, we'll try our best to provide you with the best guidance, resources, and conduct sessions for technologies that interests you.
With all that said, now let me introduce you to the pivots of this club, the code team. The code team has Yash Tiwari as the management lead, Anubhav Chaudhary as the web dev lead, Piyush Kumar as Linux open source lead, Saksham Gupta as the cloud lead, Priyanshu Gupta as the app dev lead, Prasad Dash as AIML lead, Himanish Mishra as the cybersecurity lead, and of course, you, the community.
So moving on, we have the technical team. So these are the people you'll be spending most of the time with. So we have Raj Aryan, that's me, Saurav Pati, Shashwat Samal from the web dev team. We have Simran Guyan from the cloud team, Simran Patnaik, and Subhasai Mohapatra from the app dev team, and Aryan Sinha and Abhishek Agarwal from the AIML team.
All that
And
you
of course,
see on our social media handles are created and managed by these faces, the design and content team. Aisha Kar, Samriddhi Panda, Sanskriti Pari, Sakshi Singh, Suman Saurabh Biswal, Tanisha Dora, and Kunal Agarwal. Now let's look into the fields that GDSC comprises of. Let's know about Android development first.
so
Hey,
Subhasai.
okay,
Hey,
let
Subhasai.
me continue with
Hi, Subhash.
hey everyone. Let me continue with the app dev part. Hi everyone. I hope till now you all have developed some interest in GDSC. Myself, Subhas Mohapatra, a member of app dev team. I work in field of native Android app development using Kotlin, and my other teammate Simran, who works in field of hybrid app development using Flutter. App dev is one of the booming field with new technology emerging daily in its support. Making mobile app is one of the most convenient and user-friendly way. Uh, User-friendly. It is a very user-friendly way to implement and showcase your ideas. Okay, let me ask you some question. How many apps do you use, and how much time do you spend on them on average? You
You
can
can just type your answers in
answer
the
them
chat.
in chat box or yes.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that's a lot. Okay, talking about statistics, an average smartphone user spends around 3 hours and 10 minutes each day using their device. About 2 hours and 15 minutes of this time is spent on apps. Now, you might have some questions. Does and mobile app development have scope? Why one should do this? So, have a look at this video. excited saying Tinder? No, you are not going to get any matches with app development. But yes, you can build some cool apps, cool native apps like Tinder or any cool cross-platform apps like Google Pay or Dream 11 using Android development or app development. So this was just a minute of example how compelling apps can be made. With proper skills, the sky is the limit to your creativity. Now, what we do here in app dev field, in GDSC, we will explore the app development in both native app development and cross-platform app development. Yes, we work with various technologies like Kotlin for native app development, and for hybrid we use Terraform in React Native. Talking about events, we had conducted Android Studies Jam recently, which was meant to give a head start to Android development enthusiasts who are just starting their journey of app development. It was a session of 3 events which received a great response. That's all from app dev team. Hope you develop some interest in app dev, and yes, we could work together to build something great. Uh, yes, the link is in chat box. You can connect with us, and you can always use Discord to ask your doubts. And there are some links which you can visit to show some cool apps that has been built using native Android development and cross-platform app development. That's all from my side, and I would like to invite Saswat to continue with his part.
Hello everyone. Hope you are enjoying the
Hey there,
session.
Shashwat.
I am Sash. Yeah, you. I am Shashwat. I'm Shashwat Saman. I am the part of the web dev tech team. So I will be telling about what is web development and all. Means web development means what? You have to create websites or manage or develop them. So for developing or creating website, you have to learn some technologies, right? So we will be working with React, which is developed by Facebook, and many other technologies such as there is much more in front end. Means mostly web development is divided into 2 parts, in layman terms, front end and back end. In front end, you will be working with technologies such as React, Angular, Vue. You have to work with one only, right? I mean, you don't have to learn all of them. But in back end, you have to working with Node.js, Flask, or Node.js, Flask, or Django. So, and the demand of full stack web developers is high because as long the businesses are there in the internet, and then the demand of full stack web developer will be high and you will be paid a lot about for that. So in web development, we will be looking into progressive web development. What is progressive web development? Uh, it is a software practices to make Android native like apps using web applications. For example, you don't have to log in, you don't have to download your app from Play Store. You can directly use it from the web browser in the mobile devices, so that it gives a app like navigation, and it's mostly like you have to perform certain practices and perform certain rules to make that happen. Also, we'll be exploring Web3 technologies too. Currently, now what you are watching is from here means if you're using YouTube, then it is a Web 2.0 technology, but it is not Web 3.0. What Web 3.0 is that it is not centralized by any authority. So it is decentralized. It is not governed by any particular company or right. So we'll be also exploring that field too, and also we will be learning about DevOps. So DevOps in collaboration with Cloudfield to host our websites and all. Also, we will be having some look in Docker and Kubernetes. So in general, I want you all to keep a development mentality because in software engineering, you have to keep up with the new trends and all. And new trends are all match with that. So that means in software engineering there is a saying that one size doesn't fits all. So you have to means if the demand is to learn Angular, you have to learn Angular. And demand is to learn React, then you have to learn React. So this is I guess all from my side in web development. I want you to be the part of the community and keep learning the basics. As long your basics is strong, and everything else will fall in place. So that's all from web development. If you have any doubts, you can contact me on Discord. Discord link will be there given in the chat box and all. So you can contact me, and let's move on to next part.
Okay, so those of you who are worrying about the links will be shared at the end of this session. So don't worry, guys. You just keep with us.
Okay, thank you, Shashwat. And hello, guys. I'm Saurav. Am I audible?
Hey there.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Uh, and I'm here to brief you all about cybersecurity and what we do here in GDSC. So here we go. Also, a short disclaimer: we are going to keep things ethical for obvious reasons. So, what is cybersecurity in layman's terms? It is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, networks, and most importantly, data from malicious attackers. Now, let's have a quick look at the various topics we will touch upon when we have a session on cybersecurity. The first one is Introduction to Penetration Testing, also known as pen test, is a simulated cyber attack against a computer system to check for exploitable vulnerabilities. It involves the attempted breaching of any number of application systems, example API, front-end, back-end servers, to uncover vulnerabilities. One of the most common web security vulnerabilities is SQL injection. Here, an attacker attempts to use application code to access or corrupt the database content. If successful, this allows the attacker to manipulate the data at will, which is stored in the backend database. One such notorious example of exploiting vulnerability recall the Bitcoin scandal of Twitter when Twitter handles of billionaires like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk were compromised. The attacker fake tweeted and offered to send 2000 USD to every 1000 USD, which was basically the 21 दिन में पैसा double scheme. Okay, moving on to the next topic, which is cryptography, is a technique of securing information and communication through use of codes so that only the person for whom the information is intended can understand it and process it, thus preventing unauthorized access to information. WhatsApp is a common example where we use end-to-end encryption. So the next part is reverse shell and exploring various tools for hacking. These are technical terms, so that's why I'm just reading them out. My part was to give an overview of what's in cybersecurity for you. Yes, and also we are planning to conduct sessions on this, so stay tuned. And cybersecurity is a vast domain, guys. And before jumping into it, I would advise you to learn the fundamentals of computer science, like maybe learn a language like C++ and how computers work and stuff like computer networking and internet are super important. Then you would have to learn about Linux because we use Kali Linux and Pareto is for ethical hacking. So, and you can learn them from free from YouTube or use some online blogs, right? So that's it from my side, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any doubts or queries, you can always hop into our Discord server, and we'll be happy to help you out. So I would like to invite Simran Bhuiya for cloud.
Hey everyone, I hope you all are enjoying the session. Myself, Simran Bhuiya of the cloud team. So, cloud computing, what is it? Actually, it is a way of using IT that has almost equally important traits, like you get computing resources on demand and self service, broad network access, and the resources are elastic. Today, the cloud represents a huge market, and whenever we need the CI, that is a continuous integration, and CD, that is continuous delivery or deployment for a big pool, cloud is a must. Enormous computational power is now available at the fingertips of even the smallest of the businesses and individual developers thanks to cloud. And moreover, the cloud makes all this computational power highly affordable with pay as you go economics. Take, for example, you are starting a startup, and at the beginning, you won't be having that much money to do on premise storage to vast level like Facebook, Instagram. So, what cloud services do is they provide services at a very minimal price. If you look at some of the key emerging technologies of today, such as the AI, the IoT, blockchain, etc., all of these technologies work with massive amounts of data and need huge storage space and computational power in order to work, making cloud possibly the only viable platform for these technologies. Even Netflix, YouTube, Instagram, Google Drive, which you often used, they all use cloud in one way or the other. And in GDSC, learning is fun, and we learn with the events like the 30 days of cloud and get chances of winning goodies. In the 30 days of cloud event, it provided a platform to get hands-on practice on the Google Cloud. Along the way, we got to learn and practice concepts like computing application development, then and many more, like big data, machine learning using cloud. After completing certain milestones, we got the chance of winning amazing Google Cloud goodies. And there are no prerequisites required for beginning in cloud. Today, there are more open positions in cloud than the number of skilled people available, and the sheer growth of the cloud market makes it an exciting and dependable career prospect for the coming times. And for doubts, you can ask in the Discord server. We will be happy to answer it. That's all for cloud. I hope you all will show some interest in this field, and I look forward to working with you all. Now, I would like Aryan Sinha to take over from here.
Hello community, I am Aryan Sinha, a member of Google Developer Students Club IIIT Bhubaneswar in the AI ML team. Well, what's with the team name AI ML, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning? There has often been confusion regarding the terminology, data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Let's understand this. Data science in simple terms means finding patterns within the data. It may or may not include use of machine learning depending on the task. Machine learning means training machines to take decisions without being explicitly programmed to do so. Artificial intelligence is creating systems that take decisions with logic, something similar to humans. Without any doubts, machine learning is the most interesting domain to pursue in computer science. Understanding how self-driving cars work and actually being able to create a simpler version of the same. How does it sound? Now, why do we need AI/ML? If your guess is Snapchat filters, you are right, but it's way more than that. We can't hard code every task to the computer. There are several tasks which a machine learning algorithm performs which surpass humans in precision. Moreover, there are algorithms that work much better than expected, and we don't understand how it works. But it does. We can't hard code what we don't understand, can we? Now, what is deep learning? Deep learning is basically a subset of machine learning that attempts to mimic the working of human brain in order to make predictions. Artificial intelligence has a few subdomains, including computer vision, natural language processing, and robotics. Now, coming to deployment. What is deployment? Model deployment is simply the engineering task of exposing a machine learning model to real use. A machine learning model can only begin to add value to an organization when that model's insights routinely become available to the users for which it was built. It's like taking a trained ML model and making its predictions available to users or other systems. That's it for AI ML team. Now I invite Saurav to let you know about Linux and open source. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Hello all. Before telling you about what we do in open source and what we have planned to do, let me introduce first to your best friend, or I should say your would-be best friend. It's not me, of course. It's Git.
That's
Okay.
certainly not me.
Yeah, it's Git. Git is, when I say that, believe me, my friends, when I say that Git is going to be your friends, it's not only for this 4 years of your college life, but throughout your programming journey, right? Till your last code, literally. When and while talking about Linux, shell is going to be your best friend, which is basically a command interpreter of an operating system, right? There is a whole lot of big and important open source projects which by saying open source, I mean to say that their code is accessible to all. You can see it, you can modify it, and you can distribute it. There's a big world of open source, right? And some of the biggest repositories which are open source, like Linux, which you must have used and might be using now, is a Brave, which you might be using now, Android, of course, Linux, Free Code Camp, which you might have used to learn something. It may be TensorFlow, React.js, Ruby, Gatsby, and many more. Okay, that's what it basically is in brief. But the very first question which comes in everyone's mind always is how to do open source. Yeah. So that's the question which we will answer in the upcoming sessions of GDSC. From navigation of big repositories to finding a suitable and interesting issue which you can solve of your related field, may it be web development, may it be related to Kotlin or anything else, to finding an issue, and finally successfully contributing to that project, for to be a successful contributor of that open source project. That's what we want to discuss. We're going to discuss the whole workflow, how to be a part of an open source project and how to contribute to it in the upcoming sessions of GDSC. And during this process, why we gradually learn how to navigate, how to do, how to contribute everything, how to use Git, you will get the answer of another important question, which is why open source, and why we developers, we programmers here love to do and love to do open source, and why we are so interested in it. Yeah. Uh, this is a season of open source. I am saying that this because the upcoming months, it may be February, March, the end of upcoming months is full of open source program for students, like Google Summer of Code, or the season of DOS, season of KD, MLS Fellowship, Outreach, and many more, which mark the upcoming months mark the beginning of this big open source programs for all of us students. And that will be the time when there will be a whole lot of sessions, and we will dive into the world of open source. Am I right, Simran?
Absolutely. So those were the fields we love to get our hands dirty with in GDSC. I hope you guys got a fair idea of them. And now I'd like Aisha to highlight some points about GDSC that you should keep in your mind. Hi, Aisha.
Hey guys, so I'm here to
Hey
wipe down
there.
any questions that might have popped up in your mind when you heard the word Google in Developer Student Club. So first and the most important thing to remember is this club is not a Google-driven club. Are we directly associated with Google? No. This student club is supported by Google developers community and not by Google itself. So anyone of us who says we are part of this club understands that we are not working for or with Google. And any contributions made by you or me in the society will go right under the volunteering sections of our resume or LinkedIn profiles. Also, our team will be rolling out a proper applications for everyone who wants to work for GDSC and choose from them. You can include about being a member of GDSC only after that. If you don't work with us, you cannot write it down in your volunteering experience. Coming on to the next one, I'm sure many of you would have started attending a lot of events only for the certificates to show off in your profiles. Trust me, we did that too. The question is, will we do the same thing here? Absolutely not. Google developers have set up such an amazing platform where we get to learn so many things apart from our regular college curriculum. We don't just learn, we get to work on cool projects, and this could be your chance to bring innovations into life by utilizing this opportunity. Next, you see, we worked the French style and ask you to RSVP for all our events. So we insist, if you clicked RSVP for any event, then do show up. We prepare a good deal for you behind the scenes. So at least you can do is be active in the community and learn as much as you can. Moving on, here are some ongoing and or upcoming events. So if you haven't heard about it yet, do dive in and see what's going on. With this, we have come to the end of this session. A big thumbs up to everyone who stayed with us until this point. We have covered almost everything that GDSC looks like. So now it's your turn to make it better. If you have any queries that's still popping up, do not hesitate to put it up on our Discord channel, and the link to which you can find in the chat box. And don't forget to follow us in our social media accounts to stay updated. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Aisha, for this. So if you have any queries, you can just type it in the chat. You can join the Discord server, and you can just get the guidance of all this. So that's it for today's session, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we can just take this community far as possible.
Please show your enthusiasm in the chat. We'd love to see that.
So you can just type in the chat just how did you get the session.
Definitely, we also want
And don't
things to
worry,
go
guys.
offline.
All the links and all the resources will be shared once you join the Discord server. So stay tuned and just, stay updated for all the great things that's about to come. Thank you everyone.
Cool.
Also, guys, do join the Discord server. Many more events.
Thanks for turning up, everyone. Have a great evening.